Yo, what is good, man? All right, so I had a question on my video about Secret Service armor, and the question was, is Secret Service armor, basically, he asked, was it good enough to go into the nuke zone with? And it's not a simple yes or no answer because the thing about Secret Service armor versus T-65 armor is the Secret Service armor has legendary effects. So you could get legendary effects like Vanguard that has plus 25 radiation resistance. And I'll just give you an example here. I'll come over here to my stash box and go down to my apparel and actually have a piece of this that has that exact effect on it. So we come right here, Vanguard. See, it's 2-star, but as you can see up there at the top, it has plus 25 radiation resistance. Now, with my particular set of Secret Service power or Secret Service armor, I get about 400 and something radiation resistance. I think it's 415, 425, somewhere right around there. So you consider if I had the other four pieces of similar power armor, I could add like another 100 to it, getting around 525. And then I could do things like I could come in here to my perks and I could take fireproof off and I could add, where is it at? Rad resistance. That would give me plus 30. Another thing that you could do is come to apparel and you could put on, say, protective brotherhood soldier suit. And as you notice right there, that gives you plus 4. Obviously, there's other under armor that you could wear up underneath the Secret Service armor to give you like different damage resistance, like whether it's ballistic, energy, or radiation. So, just consider that. This is also giving you plus 2 strength and plus 2 endurance. Doesn't weigh much. And this actually goes up underneath the Secret Service armor. And then you could actually throw on, say, like the Civil War era suit. You could actually throw that over the top of the Secret Service armor. So you would actually have 3 layers of clothing on. You would have your under suit, the Brotherhood soldier suit, like as an example. You would have your Secret Service armor, and then you would have this Civil War era suit. Now, the under armor for the Secret Service and the helmet for Secret Service, those don't offer any type of legendary effects. I don't know if that's something that they're going to add, but I showed this in the original video, and I'll just show it here. So I'm just trying to answer as many questions about Secret Service armor as possible for anyone that has questions about it. But as you can see right here, it doesn't offer anything. Current mods, there are none. And the same thing with the helmet. The only thing the helmet does is prevents damage and disease from airborne hazards. But that's one thing to keep in mind with the Secret Service helmet and the Under Armours. They don't really offer anything. There are no legendary effects to them. So another question that I see is people asking, is Secret Service armor better than power armor? Well, again, it goes along with the Secret Service armor, what sort of build you have. Like right here, I have the Safecracker's Secret Service left arm. So this is obviously a PvP armor piece because, 75% chance to reduce damage by 8% from players. So this right here is like a PvP piece, but you also have +1 luck. And then if you want to pick locks, you're going to have that increased size of the sweet spot for picking locks. Basically, this is a script piece though. But as you see, like right here, damage resistance or DMG damage. So you look at ballistic, energy, and radiation. You're only getting 53 damage. So if we were to look at the left arm on my power armor, let's just come in here and look at the left arm on my power armor. And as you can see right there, it's 85, 70, 70. Now, I don't have any legendary effects, but I'm already getting more damage resistance with the power armor than I am with that 3-star legendary one. Now, that can change, of course, if you have like a full set of, say, like Unyielding and you have a bloody build and you're getting +3, and then you start adding like certain perk cards in there, then yes, the Secret Service Under Armor could be really good. Like you could, use that and, it will do okay in the nuke zone. Now, a couple nights ago, I streamed and I tried to wear the Secret Service Power Armor in a nuke zone. All right, now you see the fucking You see, like, I'm gonna show you the rad resistance now. I'm just gonna show you 457, right? All right, so let's boost that up. Rad shield plus 300. So we got 657 right now. We already had 100. That's why it only went up 200. All right, I got my hits on it. Now watch how fast the rad drops down now. I'm gonna show you the difference. Go grab this. You're gonna watch how fast these rads start piling up. Start getting this rads on right here. Actually found the Wendigo here last night, finally. I mean, he was showing up here a lot. Then he just quit showing up. You see my rads now. Look at all the rads I'm taking now. Unyielding leather, 2-star. Like, you see all those rads now. Look at all that rads that I've taken. All right, now you see that. I can't even get back. I can't even come in here and get back to my tent. Now I'm gonna take all this Secret Service armor off and put on the T-65. I have rad sponge on, yes. Same shit with the power armor on this time. Got 800 rad resistance, so we had 752, so we got about 50 more rad, 48 more, 52, something like that. A little more rad resistance. Matter of fact, just to make it fair, I'll take this shit off. Other one had 752. I'm not even taking any fucking rads in the power armor. So whatever. You guys can come to your own conclusion on it. Or you can take my word when I tell you the T-65 is better. And you gotta remember too, on the fucking, with the Secret Service, not only did I have rad sponge, not only did I have fucking the under armor with the fucking rad resistance, like, I mean, I had all the shit, and it wasn't even that much left radiation resistance. I couldn't even make it into this fucking little Sundew Grove place. I was almost dead. I done ran to the other side of this motherfucker. And only taking 10 fucking rads. I mean, you can judge it for yourself. You seen last time running from here to that Sundew Grove. I didn't even make it out of there without having to fucking take rad away. I haven't even gotten 20% rads yet in T-65. And I don't even have the rad sponge perk on or the fucking Under Armour. I would say that I was taking rads probably 3 times faster than I do in power armor. And I was getting, I think, 625 radiation resistance, because what I did was I come in here to aid and I took Rad-X, which, you know, Rad-X you get plus 200 for 10 minutes, but you do lose your mutations. If you had Speed Demon, you're going to lose those effects for that 10 minutes. If you take the diluted, you won't lose your mutations, but you only get plus 100. You could also go with Rad Shield. That's plus 300 for 15 minutes. I even tried that, and the radiation damage still like happened a lot faster than it does in my power armor. So I mean, I saw a huge difference in it. Now that could be like, you know, because of my perk cards that I'm using. Maybe I don't have like, you know, rad resistance all the way maxed out. Maybe there's some other perk cards that I could be using to give me more rad resistance. Maybe there's certain foods I could take or mutations, you know, things like that, or certain type of builds that, you know, can go. Maybe there's different Under Armour that I could wear. Maybe the backpack, you know, maybe it has like a different sort of boost for it. I know there's some kind of like, I think that's ballistic that it gives you though. I'm not sure if it has rad resistance in the backpack. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I'm just saying there are certain things that you could do to like increase that. T-65 power armor, one thing I want to mention is you can't wear that Brotherhood of Steel Under Armour. Like it removes that. So it might look like you have it on, but it doesn't highlight it. And I'll just show you real quick right here. So if I come over here to apparel and I put this on, you cannot equip this while in power armor. So there's little things like that that make the Secret Service armor a little bit better. But you'll notice right now I'm getting 500 radiation resistance. So let's just say I come over here and I take this rad shield. I come over here to my stats. I'm getting 758. You know, irregardless, I'm just saying the radiation resistance is much better in the power armor, in my opinion, right now, between the two. Now, another thing that I want to mention before I end the video is my Secret Service armor is all different pieces. Like, you know, I've rolled them and rolled them and rolled them. Like I've rolled, I think, 4 or 5 chest pieces, and I haven't got anything good. I do have one unyielding piece, which I believe it's either a 1 or 2 star. And so obviously it's not like the best unyielding piece. You know, so with that said, things could change. Maybe when they add more, you know, say, you know, mods for like the Under Armour and stuff like that. Another thing that I want to mention too, while I'm thinking about it, is the weight limit and stuff like that. When you have all your pieces on your power armor, I believe it's only 10 pounds, and each individual piece of the Secret Service armor is an individual weight. So if you have like, you know, 2 arms, let's say they weigh 3.5 pounds, you have the legs, you know, one weighs 7, one weighs 6, you have the chest, say it weighs 8, you have the helmet, I don't know, it weighs 2, you have the Under Armour, it weighs 1, you know, it weighs a little bit more. Of course, there are perk cards that can negate that. With the Secret Service armor, you don't have to worry about fusion cores, but those are not really hard to come by. There are also perk cards that you have to use to make the Secret Service armor a little bit stronger that you don't have to use for the power armor. So it's kind of give and take. It doesn't burn fusion cores with the Secret Service armor if you have the jetpack on it. It just uses your action points. And then with the power armor, of course, you're just using fusion cores. But again, it's give and take like both of those aspects of both types of armor. So if you want my opinion of what to build first, I mean, it's cheaper to build the T-65 because you need one less piece. You know, now, if you don't get the Under Armour for the Secret Service armor, you're not going to have the boots, and the uniform's going to look weird. Like if you put the Brotherhood suit on, you're going to have like orange boots, or you're going to have weird looking colored boots. It's not going to be, you know, all nice, and it's not going to give you that nice stormtrooper look. So that's another thing to keep in mind too. So I don't know. I say right now, go with the T-65 power armor, use that, and then go ahead and finish your grind for the Secret Service armor afterwards. I think right now you'll have a stronger piece of armor right now for the next, you know, several months. And by that time, you probably can go ahead and acquire or start acquiring the Secret Service armor pieces that you want, because you have to remember, you have to roll those pieces. So if you want like a certain build, it's going to take you a lot longer to acquire compared to just buying legendary modules and crafting T-65. So that's another thing to keep in mind too. The grind, if you want all one, type, like you want all unyielding, you're going to have to keep relying on RNG to get those pieces, because you can't sell or trade the Secret Service armor pieces or whatever. Whereas with the T-65, you go craft them, there are no legendary effects, and you have your piece, and then you can go ahead and start putting the different mods and stuff on them that you want, that you buy. You're not having to actually go and try to, acquire like certain set pieces. But I hope you guys found this video helpful. I'm out. Peace.